Look at everything that you've done so far.
I can't. I don't want to. This is so hard for me.
Yep.
I've never been this scared in my life.
Part of what we do is create challenge. It's through that challenge that all of us are going to learn to do something different.
What are we going to do? Are you just going to sit here all day? What's that going to do for you?
This is a foreign world to them, one that then they have to figure out how to exist in. How do you feel about Mom?
I'll never talk to her again.
By the end of the 3 weeks, they see potential and possibility in things that when they first walked out here into the desert, they didn't see.
All right.
And certainly it comes through challenge. It comes through being pushed.
Happiness.
Woo! Great job.
Funding for Outdoor Idaho is made possible by your contributions to the Friends of Idaho Public Television, by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and the State of Idaho.
Using the land itself to heal and transform. Native Americans practiced it. Authors like Henry David Thoreau wrote about it. And today a growing industry has tapped into the therapeutic power of the backcountry. Hi, I'm Bruce Reichert, and welcome to Outdoor Idaho. You've probably heard about those wilderness camps where troubled teenagers spend days and weeks hiking and living in a harsh desert landscape. Well, it turns out that one of the oldest of these camps is right here in Idaho. For more than 20 years, SUWS, which originally stood for the School of Urban and Wilderness Survival, has been taking teenagers into the southern Idaho desert. Well, we wanted to find out more, so we followed a group of kids for a 3-week period, wondering if a seemingly barren landscape could somehow transform their lives.
SUWS is a 21-day outdoor wilderness intervention program that works with youth at risk.
Hi, you're Brian?
We're seeing very confused young adolescents meet their instructors at the airport.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm David, by the way. Hi. Brian?
Quite honestly,
Nice
most of the
shades.
kids are unaware of the fact that they will be attending a 21-day outdoor program.
Let's go over in the corner where it's kind of get out of the way a little bit here.
SUWS primarily serves students that are underachieving in school, kids that have either used drugs or are beginning to use drugs quite frequently, ADHD children, ADD kids, primarily though kids that are completely out of sync with their families.
Do you take these regularly?
I haven't taken it in a while.
You haven't taken them in a while? Like how long? I see my role at this point as being someone who just can get them calmed down enough to get them into the desert. You know, they're immediately out of their environment as soon as they get out of the plane. You know, they're with new kids their age, or with new instructors, they don't know what's ahead of them. You want to lead the way, Rich? Okay. Follow him if you can. Use camo. They asked me if I've gone through it. I haven't, but I always say I wish I would have, because it's a really great program and I learn a lot every time I'm out there myself. Hey you guys, we need to have our seatbelts on. We'll be on the road for a couple hours and then the fun begins.
When a parent signs their child up at SUWS, the enrollment fee, which includes their treatment plus all their gear, is around $7,000.
It's Brian.
Brian? Hi, Brian.
Hi.
So
What
we
size
got-
shoe do you wear?
10.5.
Okay, and what
We
size?
outfit them into SUWS gear, which is desert fatigue, plain green pants, plain green shirt, and they all look the same. We do take the clothes that they're wearing, any jewelry that they may have, and lock that away.
Go ahead, stick your tongue out. No belly button rings, tongue bars.
And the purpose of that is really to help them begin to focus on the internal rather than external. In a lot of ways, kids have used clothes and jewelry as a way to identify who they are. And we want them to help understand and hear who they are.
Week one is about self-reliance. The majority of our kids come here with a sense of how they feel it is to take care of themselves. And what we would like to have them do is learn another way to take care of themselves.
Mine. Yeah, dude, cow pie.
You guys, why don't you come on over? We're gonna make up our burrito, what we sleep in. It's my favorite shelter out here. It's simple, it's small, keeps you warm and dry. Why doesn't everybody get their stuff out and just run through real quick? Make up your bed, we'll be around to help you. It's really important to just do the little things right.
Dude, there's like cow shit everywhere.
Yep. Avoid it. My advice. They start really having to depend on themselves, and there's not a whole lot of talking to each other for a few days. They start having to figure out sort of their true or deeper personality than, what's worked to get friends and things in the past.
My name's Kristen, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My mom, I guess, decided that I should come here. She came in my room with like these escorts and woke me up at like 5:30 in the morning, and they just were like, come on, go, go. And I had to leave, and I didn't even have time to put my contacts in. I just got them yesterday.
Yeah. Sometimes parents will be advised to have their children brought to the program by escorts. And yeah, they will show up in the middle of the night. I hear the term kidnapping, and I don't agree that it's kidnapping, because they know that they couldn't get their child here any other way. If they were to tell their child, you're going to a wilderness program, they'd be out the door and further at risk.
I was really, really pissed off at my mom, because I'm like right in the middle of a lot of things in my life right now, and that just totally just put a stop to everything. And it just really pissed me off, because, I did have problems like about 4 months ago. This would have been good like 4 months ago, but not now,
My name's Trey. I'm from Hawaii. And I came here to learn how to cope with everything on my mind instead of just throwing it all away and hiding from it. That's what I've normally done just about all my life, just run from stuff. Military school was good, but I ended up running from there too. I didn't finish it. And this is going to help us all. It's going to help everybody out here that doesn't know how to take care of themselves. They're going to learn how to.
Come on here, come on in kind of tight, you guys. So welcome to SUWS, and welcome to the desert. I know there's probably a lot of questions and stuff.
Our instructors live with the kids, and they pack the same way, they dress the same way, they eat the same food as our kids do, and we really pride our instructors on being able to do that, because that's the only way they know exactly what the kids are going through.
This first week is mostly about learning how to take care of yourselves. This is one of those deals, you can make it whatever you want to make it. It's really challenging, it's going to be really tough, but you can do it. These packs, when you get good at them, you can roll them up in 5 minutes. The smaller and tighter you can get it, the better. It's not about your muscle. I've seen 80-pound little girls have the tiniest packs ever. It's about your desire to do it right. That's your pack right there. Drop that thing out of an airplane, and it's still gonna be nice. So let's get that done. Make them as tight as you can, do them right.
My name's Tripp, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Well, I had a problem with anger and drugs, both. They told me it was just gonna be maybe a few days, and when I got there I could call my mom, maybe even come back that night. So I got here, and it's out in the middle of nowhere in a desert. I'm gonna be here for 21 days at the least. I'm pretty mad. Like, half of me is real mad and doesn't know what to do, but the other half's just like, all right, well, I've just got to make the best of this and just get on with it.
My name is Charlotte Marie Patricia McDuff Clara Wood, and I'm 17. Keep it up there.
I went to a wilderness for 3 months before. I did know I was coming here. I ran away from my boarding school. Simply, this is my chance to actually prove to my parents that I am ready to come home. I haven't been home for 2 years now.
All right. Your packs look awesome. We're gonna be hiking today. It's distance, I'm not sure. It's sort of too many variables to tell you exactly how far we're gonna go. Just got everything. Here we go.
Our typical groups in the desert are maximum 7 students, co-ed, boys and girls, and with 2 instructors. One of the benefits of the Bennett Hills region in Idaho is that it does feel like it's in the middle of nowhere. And the impact that the children need to feel when they're here is that they are away from all of their comforts. And that's what helps them begin to look at choices that they were making.
Are you having trouble breathing? Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I think you're just getting warmed up. Do you have asthma? You don't have it.
Do you normally have an inhaler?
No.
Well, I'm not inside of you, so I'm not sure what's going on, so you gotta tell us.
Would you call my mom and ask her to, like...
No, first of all, I'm not gonna call your mom. Second of all, if you haven't had an inhaler in like 1 year to 2 years, chances are the doctor's not gonna send one out for you.
Their coping and control patterns are coming out within the first hour of picking them up at the airport. He chose to quit. That's not uncommon for that to occur within the first 24 to 48 hours. That's what we want, by the way.
Is it you just don't want to do this, or?
No, it's my chest hurts.
You can't stay here. I could have fallen into the category that these kids fell into when I was 14 to 18, and I feel that I can relate, and there's a little bit of compassion that comes out of that personal experience, and that's sort of what I want to be here for them, if I can be, and help them move through it, if at all possible. My first instinct is to be a softie, and there are times when all I really want to do is hug someone just to make them feel better, but really that's not what they need right now.
Why don't you guys go ahead and take your packs off? This is a bow. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Bo. So I really lock it in here, and you grab your bow. It's a really good example for them to see that if one person is doing something at this point to physically slow down the group, that they don't have to be slowed down. And the other big one is just to let him know that, he's not having a great effect on us.
I think that he could push himself a little more. I think some people catastrophize things. I also can understand my first time it was hard, and I pretty much was like him.
Well, what are we gonna do? Are you just gonna sit here all day?
Yep.
What's that gonna do for you?
I'd like to get going, and just being our second day, and we've only walked like maybe 200 yards. He could be pushing himself a little bit harder. Because I'm pushing myself pretty hard, and I'm still feeling sick. I've been sick all morning, but I'm still going as hard as I can.
We're not here to change them. Change can only occur when you choose to do something different. And we haven't found yet that yelling and screaming and calling one another names is a good part of that. The term boot camp belongs in the military and does not belong anywhere near outdoor wilderness programs.
There is a significant difference between a boot camp approach and wilderness therapy. A boot camp approach has been shown in the literature and through other studies to be degrading and non-effective. Many times it's what a young person has been dealing with their whole life. Someone coming down on them and telling them that they're no good. Time and time again, research has shown that an empathetic and nurturing approach is positive and works well, and I think that's where wilderness therapy embodies that approach.
It got to be a little more of a safety issue, and so we had to kind of make a decision. It was just hot. We were out of water. I wasn't sure when we were going to get any, and I just saw some people getting a little out of it. As soon as you have expectations out here, they get shot down.
I'm Brian Davis from Charlotte, Michigan. It was hot. It was just really, really hot, and that bag was like too heavy for me. I think I like sweated too much. My mom told me it was a different kind of camp because she thought we'd be in cabins. She said I could make phone calls every week, and it's nothing like what she said. I just hope to get out. I wouldn't want to learn anything. I just want to get out.
Go ahead and take your packs off.
I've never smelled so good in my life.
Why do I work with these children? It's a really good question. Some of these kids come from influential families, and maybe they're going to be the ones that lead the country in a different direction, maybe the whole world. So it's nice just to have a hand in that for a few days at least.
For the past days, I've been procrastinating a lot of stuff because of my feelings have been wandering everywhere. I have those feelings where I think that if I don't graduate this program in time, that I'm going to disappoint a lot of people in my life. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've been going through right now, is finding out that I am lagging behind in this group.
I've had a lot of fun. It's kind of a new experience, and I think it's really starting to help me and kind of show me where I stand in life and who I really am and what direction I need to go to.
For the past week, we've hiked 19.25 miles in 6 days. And I've learned about myself that, like, I need to think more, like, highly of myself instead of, like, thinking I can't do anything or I can't do it right or whatever, and just do it.
The hardest thing out here really is them trying to teach me new skills. I mean, what's so great? I mean, a bow drill, wow. I know how to make a fire out of my military stuff, and I'd rather use that when I go back to the military. That's the hardest thing, is trying to figure out if I should just stay with the military ways or just go on with these guys and just get out of here, play their little game, whatever they want to call it.
Before we roll up, we got some stuff to deal with here first, I think.
The past days I've seen no respect. I see people talking behind people's backs. It hurts a lot. I'd like to confront two people in this group right now who I see it the most, and I think it's Trey and Trip. I mean, with Brian, you guys trample all over him.
The second week is about family phase, learning how to, after you learn how to take care of yourself, to put that to work in a family situation and be able to make it work with others.
You're like, you want to know I have an attitude, and it's because of what you say.
What'd I say?
Anything.
I asked you this morning, what is the matter with you? And you said nothing, nothing.
I didn't feel like talking.
Well, you should have said that instead of sitting there and going off somewhere.
If you don't feel like talking, you don't talk.
You know what you do, man. You go off and sit on your little pack. You don't want to settle stuff out if you feel victimized.
Brian, do you understand what he's saying? You know, when you just shut down and glare at him. You know, maybe if you were a little more open to it, and maybe, Trey, if you were a little nicer about it, maybe there could actually be some form of communication going on there. This is why we do the family phase, you guys, to learn how to deal with situations like this so that you can go home and you can talk to both your mom and your dad and your friends and your brother and sister, whoever you're not getting along with.
We're going to have to work this out no matter what you're thinking right now. So whether you like it or not, before we leave here, it's going to be settled.
Trying something different. It's cool. That's what we're here for. We're going to go do some traps. Nice job, you guys. Why don't you come over here? You two, you're blindfolded. Okay? Can't talk. One hand.
You might want to bounce it towards yourself a little bit. There you go.
All of these kids come into SUWS without a great deal of patience. And when they are presented with a very challenging skill, and inevitably in the end, they talk about how much patience they learned.
You hold the rock.
Yeah, now
I'm gonna grab the trigger. Start over.
We pride ourselves in teaching about tolerance.
Okay, a little bit. Hold on to the thing as tight as you can.
Often we see two kids that would be described as complete opposites match up together and in fact are mirror images of one another, because one child's strengths may be another child's weaknesses, and vice versa.
There we go.
I take my blindfold off?
Yep, you did it. Hey, Dave, we got it.
Sweet. Nice job, you guys.
Good job, guys.
You have a very intense socialized unit. They're together for upwards of 20 to 30 to 40 days. And that unit becomes a family, and many of the behavioral patterns that kids would get into with their family, they'll get into out there with other kids, and so they learn to process those in a neutral and safe environment. I think the package that Wilderness offers is that it's just a very different type of intervention than kids have seen. In a residential treatment center, many times kids are sitting around watching TV, smoking cigarettes, and telling war stories. And when you're in Wilderness, you're hiking, you're spending a lot of time alone, you're away from all that cultural stimuli that can feed a lot of these addictions.
I really like it. I just like the variety and all the mountains, because where I come from there's no mountains or anything at all. The first week I found out a lot about myself and that I wasn't here just because my mom just decided to send me here, that it was a lot of my fault. Actually, all of it's my fault.
The metaphor I really like to help the students look at is, the sky is really big here, they can see far away, and just to really to help them get a bigger picture perception on their own life.
I'm a field supervisor, and what that is somebody that will be visiting the kids, doing individual therapeutic work with them. I don't stay out in the desert like the instructors do. I come and go.
You too. How's it going?
Welcome, you guys. Welcome, you guys. Good job. Good job getting down here. I know you guys have been hiking a ton the last few days. All right, I want to give you these first, and then we can go around and I can talk to you guys about what the conversations with your parents were. Charlotte.
This is my impact letter, isn't it?
Impact letter?
Yeah.
It may have an impact. Trip.
Of course not.
No letters for you guys.
I have a question about this letter.
Shoot, Charlotte.
So I have to go back to the academy.
It's up to you, Charlotte, about completing that program, obviously. I mean, just like running away, it's your choice on how you tackle this. And just like first week out here, there's an element where you want to do really well, but then somehow it falls apart. I think that letter kind of sums it up, Trip. How do you feel about Mom?
I'll never talk to her again.
Kristen, there's a school in California, and that's where you'll be headed after this.
Where in California?
Brian, your mom is looking into finding another school. She talks in that letter about coming home, and certainly she would love that. But she's concerned about coming home. And Trey, talked to your dad for a long time. Said he loves you and he's scared for you, and there's not a whole lot of trust.
What is he, expecting?
What is he expecting? It may take more time. It may take more time out here just to get focused on something. I'm not sure. I want you to be prepared for that. The freedom for how you take this is going to come from inside. The choices that you make right now, while you're out here, that's where the freedom is. It's not about what your parents want. It's about what you're willing to get for yourself. For a lot of these kids, they need a different level of structure, a different level of accountability that hasn't been there in the past. Their parents do love them, but yet can't provide that kind of structure and support for them. And it's a hard process. So what can you do? What are things that you can do differently to feel better about this situation right now, because it's about you? It's not about the parents not being able to do what the parents should have done to raise you right. It's about you creating the situation for yourself.
It's hard to deal with, but I've kind of made my own ways of dealing with it. And just like about my mom, like what kind of relationship I want to have with her, if I even want to have one. Because just like the way things are going, it just seems like she really doesn't even want to try. I just need to like just think about how I'm going to help myself.
I don't want to go at all. I mean, from what people told me, boarding schools really suck. So, I don't want to go.
For me, this was my chance to get home, and I blew it. I procrastinated a lot, and I didn't get any check-offs for the first 4 nights in a row. A check-off is basically you need to have a lot of stuff done, so you know that you're learning stuff out here. I think consistency is a big thing that I had a problem with, and that's my parents want to see out of me is consistency.
I think what's pretty much going on is as long as I do well out here and I prove to myself that I can do something on my own and I can prove to my dad, then I'll be able to go home. He just wants me to be able to find something that I need to find.
You know, if I have to go away for school, then I guess I'll just have to make the best of that too. It is really frustrating, but a lot of them are going to boarding school too, so it's kind of like we're all going as a family, you know. I feel great. I think if right now, if I were getting the opportunity to go home, I think I'd rather stay and go ahead and finish it out because it's been some of the best times I've had.
All right. Oh, nice work. They all go through so much out here.
That's how you do it.
Just like blowing coal in the flame. Perfect metaphor for the alteration that can happen inside with these kids.
My hair's really greasy. That's why I have this bandana stuff on, and I'm losing my voice, and I'm dirty and smell bad, but hey, I think it's a great change for me from what I am before, because honestly, I don't think I liked who I was before.
The outdoor factor is what makes it work.
Yeah. You want some?
That smells
very good. Come get it.
You know, we talk about the magic of the desert, and there really is a magic out there. Just being out in the outdoors with no distraction and only themselves to look at. It's really neat when I hear a child say, you know, for the first time, I see the world, I see myself. And it's pretty cool.
Okay, wrap that around, hook these on, put this under your arm. Now you're looking like a climber.
So has anybody ever done a ropes course before? You'll be challenged up there. Just like a trap challenges you, just like hikes challenge you, just like bow drill challenges you. The ropes course will challenge you. And you'll have lots of different ways that you deal with that challenge. One way might be to use these things to save you. They represent something in your world that you use to help yourself out when you get scared. They're always going to be there, and you can always fall back on them if you want. You can always go back to the drugs if you want, it's fine. But there might be other ways. There might be other ways that when you fall, maybe you ask somebody for a hand, or you pick yourself up without using those things that you want to use, because it's easy to use these things. Just like when you leave this place and go on to a school or go home, you're going to want to go back to those old ways. Certainly one of the biggest things in this is being able to trust the system. These wires can hold up a big Ford F-250.
Okay, climbing.
The ropes course brings out just about everything. Whatever you've got going on, whatever your issues are, they tend to come out. Even if you've done it before, you have to trust in people. It's basically a microcosm of life.
What's up with that? That was pretty smooth, guy. You can step out on this log here. It does move. You guys ready? Here's the deal. You got to figure out how to get to the other side, touching each other. Just don't interlock your hands, okay? Because if you fall, it might hurt your fingers. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
On the count of 3, here, get a better grip. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, God.
Don't put any weight on your crab claws. Part of what we do is create challenge. It's through that challenge that all of us are going to learn to do something different.
Okay.
All right, another one, quickly.
We want to create a catalyst, something that will cause an incentive for them to change.
Oh my God.
She's very independent. It's very difficult for her to lean on someone.
One step at a time.
Oh, shit. We can't figure it out.
What's the strongest shape? You guys remember from Sesame Street? Triangle, right? 3 sides, the pyramids.
Come on, let's go. I got up there and I was totally scared. I was like, oh my God, like even though you know you're hooked up onto that rope, like you still don't want to fall. We had to help each other a lot and it took us forever to like get through that first thing, but we finally did. Keep leaning.
All right.
It just took like a lot of trust on the other person. But most of it's you. Like you have to want them to do it and you have to like be willing to let them help you.
The challenge that this represents is very different than a structured militaristic kind of reconditioning.
Yeah, give me your hand.
Nice. Look at each other. Butts in. Talk to each other. The idea here is to, through the challenge, really look at what it is that we do in the world, how we behave, how other people perceive us. Keep your butt straight. Whoa! All right, hop back up. Brian, swing your leg up on the log.
Okay.
You can do it.
I can't reach.
You can do it. You got to swing your leg up. There are people in the world that walk around with big bullseyes written on their chest. Part of what they do in the world is get attention by getting other people frustrated at them, getting people angry, causing conflicts. That's a great way to throw yourself in the middle of something and get some attention.
With Trey, when things aren't going well, he can force it. And with people, as you know, sometimes you can force them into things and sometimes you can't.
I'm not doing it.
It just doesn't jive with some kids. In the work that we're doing right now, we've seen a correlation of age to outcome. That the older the kids are, the better the outcome. It's not right for every kid, I don't think. But it is right for some kids. And it can do very positive things for some kids.
Yeah!
I think it's pretty much up to you guys as to what solo is all about. And you can make it the best place in the world, or you can make it just like you came from. It wasn't the best place in the world. You've been thinking a lot. You've been going through a lot, emotionally, physically. This is a time to kind of go, to yourself, slow down a little bit. You guys have earned this. It's really an honor and a right. And with that goes some boundaries. If you leave the area that we've given you, if you are talking to someone, that's considered breaking solo. Just go ahead and roll up and somebody will come and get you. Keep yourself healthy and drink water. You're at a point in the program where you've earned something really special. Hopefully, the time that you have will be a really good, relaxing, safe time for you. I'm going to start taking you out to your sites.
Oh, see you in a few days. Oh, no.
Ready?
You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Bye.
Love you too. It's really just a place for them to put everything in perspective a lot of times. Just gonna go down, grab your pack, grab all of the gear we need. They understand that they're missing things from home, that they take things for granted, but this is sort of a place for them to make a plan for the future.
I just feel good. I think I really need it. A break from the group. So.
It's an actual seat. That's cute. That's really cute.
To Charlotte's little kingdom.
Seriously, get this here? Cute.
It's pretty cool, huh? You can go to the creek. Don't go any further down than this willow, and probably not past that tree. So you got a decent area.
We ran out any of this food. You have some more for us?
That's gonna last you for at least solo. So you understand all the rules.
Yes, I do.
We'll see you in a little while. Right.
I mean, before when I went to Wilderness, I absolutely could not see a thing but brown, green. That's the only colors I see. I was stoned and I was messed up. I like this part of me right now. I like being sober, undepressed. I like it a lot.
Solo is a time for them to rest, recover, think about things, and to clean themselves. It feels good. You feel better about yourself by cleaning. It's just a good opportunity for them to sort of get a fresh start and face the last week clean and healthy.
Kind of nervous because, like, if you go out of the boundaries and everything, you'll have to wait a week and then join another group and do the solo thing and take longer to graduate. I plan on reading a book that's kind of interesting. It's this guy named Tom Brown, and he wrote books on traps and make a couple of games up. Like, I've got hundreds and hundreds of rocks everywhere, so I'd probably just, like, get a bucket or something and shoot them into it.
It's very difficult to spend an hour alone. It drives them crazy. It really takes a good day or two, it seems, for most kids before they start to slow down and think about things and try and figure stuff out.
I'd like to just accept my mom's choices and everything and just get along with her more.
We take their boots every night. During solo, we'll have them the whole time. And that's just to keep them safe, a lot less chance of running.
I've needed this alone time for like years now. Right now I'm working on changing a lot of things about myself. I've always thought that like that people need other people to tell them that they're good, and you really don't, because like through everything, like you're always going to be there and not other people will be. Everybody says not to call this a rehab, but to me it is. It's just a really, really, really different one. This just totally takes you away from everything, and that's what I think makes it work the most, is that you have nothing to focus on but yourself.
It was the most loneliest days I've ever had in my life. I'd be sitting there all day. There'd be nothing to do, no one to talk to, you know. I've done my journal and stuff, so I just like sit there and like throw rocks around for like a whole day. So besides the fact that it helped, it was the boringest time ever.
Solo's been really good. At first it was hard, and I think it's one of the hardest things I've done out here. Just being able to be silent and listen to yourself and know what's going on. What I'm really hoping for is that I just go home on day 21 because I've earned it, I think. I really think I have. I think I deserve it.
Something that I realized about myself is that I'm ready to grow up and I'm ready to let go of the parties and the drugs and all of that I consider part of being a child. I want to get smart, I want an education, and I want to succeed in life, and I can't do that if I have drugs holding me back. And I feel a lot better now that I'm able just to let it go, because I deserve like more than what I've let myself become.
It's time to get up.
Yeah, this is Keith with base. We had a student disappear on us last night. We're not sure of his location or time of departure from camp.
We would like the description of person over.
The whole metaphor to SUWS is search and rescue. In the first week, it's up to them to search and rescue themselves. In the family phase of the program, they begin to understand how to search and rescue each other, how to put themselves out there and work as a unit.
Search up and down the creek. He's about 5'7", 5'8".
The end of the 21 days kind of crescendos as the group is a search and rescue team. And the value of that is that these students really come to a very real understanding of they have something to offer the rest of the world. They have a mission. There's something bigger than them in life.
Keep your heads up, guys. Keep looking around.
We should be on the creek the whole way. He could be asleep. He could be hiding.
Search line. Michael! You guys! Over here!
Can you describe like where on your knee it hurts or the whole knee?
For Trip, I wanted to put him in the forefront.
I don't see any bruises or
where he has to actually be working on someone else, touch their body. To be in there and learning to be empathetic with others, stepping into their shoes. It's going to be a powerful tool for him to use to take on to this next place.
Let's go ahead and set him down. All right, guys, circle up. Charles. I'm part of a simulation. Michael here has put himself out here to test you guys today. And want to congratulate you on doing a great job. Really good job. You responded quickly. I know sometimes it's disappointing that it's not real, but the reason why we do it is to test you, to see if you've got the desire and the know-how to take care of somebody if they're hurt out here. You guys stepped up and met the challenge.
It was really fun. I was proud of us, and it meant a lot to me because I knew if that would have been a real person, we would have done exactly what we were supposed to.
I always had doubts about myself being a navigator, but once I heard of that boy out there that had like no water, I felt like I needed to help out, and I really pushed myself so hard out there. This day was my favorite day out of probably not my whole life, but probably a big chunk out of my life.
I was so impressed. I didn't have to say anything. I just walked up and you guys were all over it. I thought it was awesome. Did you guys know it was fake?
No.
They took control, they were calm. Those who needed to hold back, held back, and those who needed to step up did. It's by far one of the best ones I've ever been a part of.
New ropes course challenge. Very different from the other one. The way this one is different is because there's nobody else involved except you. I want you to think about a word that represents in some way the challenges and what you want to use to overcome those challenges.
Climbing.
Climb on. And then when you get up there, I want you to scream that word as you jump.
Whoa. How do I get my foot up here? It's not that bad until you gotta like stand up on top of the pole. That was the scary part, but I really wanted to do it, so I just told myself I had to do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Everything that we do out here has like that hidden meaning behind it.
Turn to your right.
And I don't really think I'd learn from it unless I actually did it. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Happiness! Woo! I said happiness because that's the goal that I want to just jump towards like in my life.
Climbing.
Climb on, Charlotte.
Eagle's Perch is about letting go of a lot of the things they have been holding on to. Nice, Charlotte. The metaphor for them is pretty clear. Just a step, just like on a ladder. You take steps in life, and those steps are hard. Look at everything that you've done so far.
I can't. I don't want to. This is so hard for me.
Yep.
I've never been this scared in my life.
Bring that right foot up to that other staple and jump on.
No. I can't do it.
No? You sure? How do you know? What tells you you can't?
My mind tells me when something's wrong.
Uh-huh. See what it feels like to fall.
Please catch me, you guys.
Of course. What are we here for?
Leap. They can all do it.
Yeah.
They can all reach a point where they can leap into a new world.
I would hope that they will take the lessons with them for a very long time, and lots of feedback over the years from students that have graduated and have gone on to complete college, that what they learned at SUWS has stayed with them for a long time.
It's about making the leap.
My name is Renee Jenkinson, and I was at SUWS in 1995 when I was 15 years old. I think I needed a wake-up call for sure. I wasn't going to school at all. I was doing drugs. I was being kind of promiscuous, being just a rebel of a teen. I don't think that it was mean for my mom to send me here. I think ultimately, I'm so thankful that she did. If she didn't, I can't even imagine where I'd be at now.
Okay, so we'll need you to fill out an application, send us a resume.
And I think that it's a really important field to get into. I think that it can help a lot of kids a lot. And so I'm interested in going into that field, perhaps here at SUWS. I think getting outside and slowing down and getting strong, especially for girls, can really help out a lot.
Trails End is the culmination. I bet it's 40 square miles. It's a chance for the kids to show what they've learned, to be proud, to be on stage.
I wanted to be here for this. It's an accomplishment. She's done something. She's done well. And I want to see her and I want to hug her.
Oh, Kitty!
There's nothing wrong with her. No, she isn't broken. She's perfect. She lacked some experiences that I thought would be useful for her.
God, you look great.
To do something which was physical, strenuous, and hard, and to do it and have a sense of accomplishment.
And that's how you can catch like mice.
It's important that the kids do feel a strong sense of success upon leaving. Work through a very difficult challenge and come out strong on the other end.
You get out here at the beginning and you think it's the worst place you could ever be. But then, after being out here and experiencing all the stuff that we've all experienced, then you really, the place really starts to grow on you, and it helps you really find your inner self and who you really are.
I've never learned so much about a desert, so much about people. It's amazing to me. I've never opened up to anyone like I do to these kids.
This is an experience to cherish. Spending 21 days this intimate with other people is something most people don't have a chance to ever do. It's pretty amazing the kind of ties and relationships you establish in such a short amount of time, and I'm going to hold on to that.
A really important part of this program is every student is different, like Brian. His accomplishments were different than the others, not more or less, just different. This program is a lot about, for some kids, just making the first steps.
In a way, I kind of liked it. I mean, I probably miss this place. It's like when you go hiking for miles and miles, you don't see 1 ounce of water, trees. Then you come across this great place, beautiful flowers, trees, plants, water, everything. It's awesome.
A lot of times what happens out here is the students come out and this place looks as bleak as it could be. By the end of the 3 weeks, because the emotional landscape has expanded in so many ways, so does the physical landscape. There's a mirror inside them that they start to get in touch with. What they believe about themselves inside will be reflected on the world.
I honestly give this program credit for saving my life. It's like, it's changed me. I've changed so much, and I've been wanting to change. I've needed help, and I didn't know where to go, how to do it.
Bye, Trey.
I'll probably be staying for about maybe 2 weeks.
Take care of yourself.
John told my dad that he feels I have to stay here longer. They think I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Challenge yourself.
I feel I have. So I'm gonna be on my own again. It's fun.
So far, he's been very sort of criteria-based on how to make it through, the things to say, the things to do.
Nice.
Go, Trey.
So the challenge for him is to not have a criteria, not have a foundation to stand on. He's got to create it for himself. So with more time out here in the desert, continuing the work that we've begun, that process is going to work.
Acceptance.
Woo! Nice leap.
It is not an end-all. It's not take the kid, put him in wilderness, take him back home and he's fixed. It starts a process that gets the child moving in the right direction to deal with some of their behavioral problems. It's the beginning.
It doesn't matter how powerful the child may think he is at the end of 21 days. If the family or the program that they're going off to after SUWS cannot receive them with that new change, then things can obviously unravel very quickly. And SUWS is a short-term intervention program and really is only as powerful as the next step is.
My wallet!
It's frustrating if you think about it and you think that they're going to go back into a situation and do the same things over and over. I think what keeps you going is they may fall into the same things, but at some point they're going to remember this journey out here, and when they go to call on it, they're going to be strengthened and remember that they can do things, and they've done things that very few people in the world can ever do.
She's fun to be with. She's a nice person. I like her a lot. And I don't wish to squelch her impulsiveness. Don't want to break her. You just have a strong sense that you need to do your duty by the child, to do the very best you can to give them a good launch in life.
Well, they're gonna love that on the airplane.
One point of confusion that I'm currently grappling with is, when is it over? When has there been enough? How do you know when you're ready to stop the swimming lessons and throw them in the water? We shall see.
Funding for Outdoor Idaho is made possible by your contributions to the Friends of Idaho Public Television, by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and the State of Idaho. All Outdoor Idaho programs are available on video cassette, including hour-long specials called Idaho and Aerial Tapestry, Outdoor Idaho Favorites, and the Whitewater State. To order, call our 800 number. For more details about this show and other Idaho Public Television offerings, look for us on the World Wide Web.